Shabbat Shalom, and welcome to First Yahudin Messianic Temple here in Lake Placid, Florida. I am his servant, Maria Simpson, and once again we are together just like it says in the book of Psalms 122 in Emato. It is a great thing when the brothers come together in harmony as a family, worshiping the Most High in spirit and in truth, because this is the day that He has given us and we will rejoice and be glad in it. Today's message is titled, "No weapon that is formed against you shall prosper." In the book of James it says that don't think that nothing that you're going through is something that is crazy, something that is unpredictable, or that you don't understand what's happening in your life. But it says that we have to count joy when we fall into different trials and different tests and different temptations, knowing this, that the trying of our faith worketh patient, but let patience have her perfect work, and let you may be perfect and entire, lacking nothing. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask Elohim, that He gives us to all men liberally, and upbraid it not, and it shall be given unto him. But when you ask in faith and not wavering, because he that wavereth, which means he that is with him and is in the world, one foot is inside with him and one foot is inside in the world, is like a wave in the sea, driven with the wind and tossed. Let not that man think that he shall receive anything from the Most High. A double-minded man is unstable in everything that he does, in all his ways. Before I go into the message, I want to bring a word to let you know that you or I cannot change anybody. We teach our children what is the meaning of life. We teach our children, about love and respect and morals and conduct, good conduct. And we teach our children who is God. But as our children grow up, they will learn what we have taught them, but they will begin to also inherit their own personality, their own character. They become men and women. They have their own children, their own families, go to school, they work. In other words, they start doing their own kind of empire. Their children will do the same and so on, because it's a chain reaction. And sometimes we don't understand things that happen around family members, around our family members. We don't understand, even in church, things that happen in church, things that happen with our friends. We don't understand. What happened to this person that I grew up with? What happened to this friend of mine? What happened to your sibling that you were so close to? And all of a sudden, it comes a time, and I believe that most of us have been in that situation, that we don't understand. Yeshua said that your enemy is going to be within your family members, your own family members and your own friends. The mother will come against the daughter against the mother, the son against the father against the son, the daughter-in-law against the mother-in-law. And these are going to be your enemies. And the enemies that you will have is going to be in your own family circle, in your own kind of groupie circle. You don't know why. It's not that you are a Martian from planet Pajama Zebra. It's not that you are a conehead weirdo. It's just that everybody, every single human being on this planet Earth has been given certain gifts. It's not that one gift is better than the other. It's just that everybody is different. Look at our hair. Look at our eyes. Look at our bodies. Look, everything is different. When the Bible speaks of no weapon formed against us shall prosper, what is he really talking about? Many are called, but few are chosen. And what he is doing in these last days, he is restoring his children back to himself. He is the creator. He is the beginning. He is the end. He has the first word. He has the last word. He's in control of everything that is happening in our lives, is happening in the world, because everything has a reason and a purpose, including when the pharaohs were popular in Egypt. Every time that Moses went to say, let the people of the Most High go, God would harden Pharaoh's heart. Why would he do this? Because there are vessels of honor and there are vessels of dishonor, and it's all to glorify the name of the Most High. There's always a time, a season, and a purpose here on earth. Everything has a reason why it happens. What has been troubling you? You want to get rid of the problem that is existing in your life, but you really don't know how. Now, during the day, how many times do you ponder or do you think about the problem that you're going through right now? How many times a day do you think about this person that is not good for you? How many times a day do you think about the circumstances? Well, I have good news for you. And what is the good news? Well, the good news is in Isaiah chapter 54, verse number 17. Now, Isaiah was a prophet. A prophet is a servant of the Most High that brings good news and brings word so his people can come back to God. A prophet also brings the word that is going to happen in the near future. It's called revelation knowledge. It's called wisdom. It's called the secret of the Most High. In Isaiah chapter 54, verse number 17, it is written, "No weapon that is formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against you in judgment you shall condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of Yahweh, and their righteousness is of me, says Yahweh." Buenos días, señora. If you believe this, if you believe what I just what I read, then you're ready to go to the next phase in your life. But if you don't believe this, then stick around and you might learn something about yourself and the Creator. Why do bad things happen to good people? Have you ever asked yourself that question? Why do bad things happen to good people? Now, how many of you would like to know why? Number one, for me to answer this question, you need to answer me a couple of questions. Let's define bad things and let's define good people. Who are the good people? What makes good people? And what type of people are good? Because in the book of Mark, Yeshua says, no one is good but God himself. Because there was the shepherd says, good master, what should I do to inherit the kingdom of God? And he looked at him, he says, do the commandments. He says, I've done all of them. But he says, why do you call me good? There's only one good, and that is God, Elohim. The lesson that Yeshua teaches here is that goodness flows not from man's works or their deeds, but rather from Elohim's himself. The works that we do, when they are good, it doesn't come from us because we live in a fallen world. Our ego and our pride gets in the way. Wow. Now, what does the word good mean? Good means approval or commendation. Condemnation. In other words, they're commending you. In other words, you're better than average, you're suitable for a purpose. Unless the Most High gives us good deeds and good works and good gifts, no one can wear a medal and saying, I am the general because I am the good ship of the lollipop. No. Now, what is the word bad? Bad in the dictionary, this is defined as quality. It's evil, wicked, it's a bacteria, it's a fungus. Now, out of every human being in the world, since we're talking about good people and bad people, who is prone to bacteria and who is not prone to bacteria? Everybody's prone to bacteria, whether you're good or you're bad. Sickness and diseases come to the good, the bad, and the ugly. It comes in all sizes. Now, who is a good person? Who is a bad person? And who is an ugly person? We are not what we see. What makes a person good, bad, or ugly is what we feel and we are inside. What has been sown in that person's mind, what has been sown in their heart, and we cannot change anybody. The only one that we can change is ourselves. And Elohim, God cannot change anybody unless we give our will to Him. It says in the Bible 5 commandments. Don't kill, don't commit adultery, don't steal, do not say false witness against your neighbor, and do not covet. In other words, don't be jealous and don't envy your neighbor, whatever they have. Don't do that. Okay? Now, all those commandments is man against man. Can a human being do evil against his creator? Can you do evil against the creator? Yes or no?
Yes. Who said?
I am going to tell you, you cannot do evil to your creator. When you don't obey him, you're doing evil to yourself, because what's going to come upon you are plagues. No human being can do evil to the creator, because even Hasatan tried to do it and he couldn't. Because remember this, we are the creation and he is the creator. He has always existed. He is the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. Since we cannot do evil to the Creator, and the only thing that we can do to hurt him is to disobey him, correct? But when we disobey him, even though he hurts, the one that we're hurting really is ourselves. For not listening, because this is something that is not a nature inside of us. We don't like to obey. We don't like discipline. It hurts. We like to do whatever we want to do because we're adults and that's it and that's it. And we want to do it because that's the way it is. And what happens is you bring problems to your life. Respect, discipline, having morals, respecting others, whatever they look like, whatever culture they're at. We need to respect, because you don't know what the Almighty is doing with that person. You have not been in their shoes. Don't judge so you cannot be judged neither, because what you sow you will reap. Can another human being do evil against another person? Yes. Because Elohim doesn't cause what he hates, and there's no evil in him. But he is in control of evil. So people can actually do evil to another person. And what kind of evil is called a weapon? It's called a weapon. Why do bad things happen to good people? What makes people bad and cause bad things to other people is the feeling. How these people do this is what's inside of us. What has been sown inside of us. Inside of our heart. What is this bad feeling? Let me tell you what that bad feeling is. And that bad feeling is called a weapon. It's called pain, anger, hatred, chaos, envy, jealousy. What happens is when a person has this inside of them, those are weapons that they will come next to you, and they want to actually load everything they have on them to you, because they don't want to feel this anymore. They don't know what's going on, because we don't like bad feelings. So now I will go from the earth seeking whom to devour. These are called weapons. When you are full of the armor of Elohim, when you are full of love, when you are full of joy, when you are full of happiness, when you are full of peace and shalom, none of these weapons that come against you will prosper. Only if you open your heart to them. Because you are the owner of your life. The only thing we have in this world is our life. And once we leave, it is taken from us. We do not own anything. Because in the Bible it says that the Creator is the owner of everything in the earth and the fullness thereof. He owns every single human being. He is the best philosopher. He is the creator of the creation. He is who he says he is, and we do not own nothing. We need to understand this. We are only here stewards in this life. We are stewards for Him. Even our children don't belong to us, because once they grow, they live their own life and they continue to live, because it's a chain reaction. Then they have their children, and it just keeps on repeating and repeating and repeating and repeating. What have you been going through all this week that it seems like you can't sleep? You're worried and you don't understand. You're stressed out. You cannot sleep. What has been bothering you? Well, that is a weapon that you have allowed in your life so you can be tormented, so you can be uneasy. And I'm here to tell you good news, that let me tell you, it's about to stop if you really want it to stop. How much do you really want to, whatever it is that you're going through this week and whatever is tormenting you, how many of you really want that to stop? Let me see your hands. Let's take the sentence, no weapon formed against you will prosper or shall prosper. Now watch this. What are weapons formed or risen? Weapons is anything or anyone who has risen against you. It can be a person, it can be a circumstances, it can be debt. Like, it can be debt. It can be somebody is constantly fighting with you. It's a barrier. Whatever it is, anything that has risen, or anyone that has risen against your beliefs, that has risen against your morals, your character, the way you dress, your career. Maybe you started school and they're against that. Maybe your personality. These are obstacles and hindrances, problems, maybe criticism. Maybe somebody's been gossip about you. Maybe it's animosity. Something that has distracted you from the way. And especially if there's been drama queens that has risen against you. Do you know any drama queens?
Yes.
Stay away from those drama queens. Because those drama queens are there to bring you problems, to bring you headaches. They don't care about you, what you're doing, what you think, what you believe. They don't care nothing about you. They're there to destroy your life. And it's up to you to take your life back. How much do you love yourself? On a scale from 1 to 10. On a scale from 1 to 100. How much do you really love yourself? Because in order for you to combat these weapons, you need to love yourself beyond 100%. You need to stand in the gap and stop talking about what is really afflicting you. Because you have a weapon that is called the word of Elohim. You have a weapon that is called your desire, that you have a potential inside of you. You have a potential, you have strength, you have power, you have a giant inside of you. You have a genie inside of you that is waiting for you to say, let there be. Let there be. Because God is not done with you yet. You think that He is, but He's not done with you yet. Keep your head up. Because God, Elohim, gives the battles to the strongest soldier. And if you look in the army, there are ranks. There are pirates, there is soldiers, there's captains, there's general. And they have ranks. What rank do you belong? What rank do you have in your life that you have given yourself? private in the army of the Most High? How long will you be a private? You are not a private. You are blessed and you're highly favored. You are fearfully and you're wonderfully made. I have been where you are at right now. I have been there. Powerful weapon that has come against me. Ignorant people, foolish people, proud people, stupid people, liars, thieves, hypocrites, Jezebel spirit-filled women, drama queens. And this is what I say. You want to hear what I say? And this is how I have overcome every adversity that has come in my life. Because your adversity is to stop you from the purpose that you were placed here. And this is what I say. The devil cannot defeat me. Because greater is he that is in me than he that's in the world. People cannot disillusion me. Because the joy that I have, people did not give it to me, and the people cannot take it away. Weather cannot worry me. Because I am fitted securely in position with the armor of Elohim. Sickness cannot stop me. Because I am empowered with divine peace, and hell cannot hold on to me. Because I am a child of the Most High. This is what I do every single time I get challenged with a weapons of warfare. You are the owner of your mind, of your heart, of your eyes, of your ears. Stop. Get rid of the earwax in your ear so you can hear the word of the Most High. Clean your eyes with eye safe so you can see in the spiritual world what's going on. What people use to hurt you, the Creator will use to prosper you. Because he has your back, and whatever has risen against you, you need to say this. Talk to the hand, because my ear is not listening. The Son of Elohim came first. The Son of God, Elohim, came first for two reasons, and two reasons only. For the lost sheep of the house of Israel, and to destroy the works of the devil. Oh, don't talk about the devil. There she goes again, talking about the devil. Well, what do you think you got to run your house? What do you think you got to run in your... What do you think is knocking in your mind?
Casper.
Huh?
Casper.
You think it's Alibaba and the 40 thieves? You cannot be in the world and be with him too. You need to make up your mind. You cannot be married and also say, okay, I'm going to have a couple of lovers because you know what? It's the in thing to do now.
It is what it is.
My husband says it is what it is. Morals, ethics, principles, the word of the Most High, it is the most powerful weapon that you can have inside of you. It is like a double sword. It's like a two-edged sword that it penetrates in your spirit and your soul. It penetrates even in your bones. And this is what you need to, so you can conquer what you need to conquer. Because our enemies is exactly in our own family, according to Yeshua. The word. Please go with me to Isaiah chapter 55, verse number 10. This is how powerful this is. Isaiah, a prophet in the Old Testament.
Chapter 5?
55, Isaiah 55:10. This prophet will bring the word in season and out of season to Israel, to the two houses. But you're always going to have those that don't want to hear you. They don't want to hear the word because it's too powerful. And it makes you shake and bake. And actually what he came to do is to bring the word. And guess how he died? Because they didn't want to hear him no more. They put him in a log, alive. And they sawed him with a saw in pieces. But the word of the Most High will never, ever, ever return to him void. And wherever he sends it, it will accomplish what he sends it to. He is the same in the time of Adam. He is the same in the time of Moses. He is the same today, and he will always be the same because he is who he says he is.
Amen.
And look at what it says in Isaiah chapter 55, verse number 10. For as the rain cometh down and the snow from the heaven, and returneth not there, but watereth the earth, and maketh bring forth bud, that it may give seed. Seed's talking about the word. It's talking about the word. To the sower and bread to the eater. So shall my word, devour in Hebrew, be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the things where I send it. For it shall go out with joy, and be led forth with peace, and the mountains and the hills shall break forth before you into singing, and all the trees of the field shall clap their hands. The trees is talking about people. It is a metaphor of people. They're going to clap their hands because trees don't have hands. His word. Listen very carefully. You want to overcome weapons, things that are in your life, you need to go more into the word and let it go inside of you and let it come out of your mouth like never before, because his word is not dead. It is not empty. It is not useless words. It is very powerful, but they are full of life. His word is full of life. They are powerful and will produce the results here on earth. Do you believe this?
Yes. Yes.
You must see yourself as God sees you, as Elohim sees you. How do you see yourself? He does not see you as a private. He sees you as a chief commander, a captain, a general in the army. He does not see you as a private in his army, but he sees you as a commander-in-chief of your life. Yeah. Your job is to is obedient to God, Elohim, with whatever talents he has given you. Your talents, your ability, your characters, your good traits, your valor, your courage, your love, your joy comes from him, not from you. And this is what people and circumstances and the devil and people that don't like you, they want to destroy you. He has chosen you for a purpose and will transform your life until you will literally be a powerhouse for him wherever he places you. Do you really think that you're here listening to this message because it's coincidence? No. His ways are not our ways. His thoughts are not our thoughts. As the rain comes from heaven to the earth and gives seed to the sower, so does the word comes from him, and it will not return to him void, but it will accomplish everything that he desired. That's what he said. He said, let there be.
Amen.
Let there be lights. His word is light. His word is powerful. His word is the most powerful weapon that you have here on this earth. And the enemy doesn't like that, because the enemy knows that when you speak forth the light, he gets destroyed.
Yeah, that's so true. That's true.
Listen very carefully. You will become a powerhouse for him wherever he places you, because you and I do not own nothing. We need to understand, we don't own nothing. Nothing for nothing leads to nothing. We come in this world with nothing. We leave this world with nothing. And then we think that we are the owner of whatever properties we have, of whatever money we have, of whatever children we have. And then we think that we are God, and we come against him. I'm really today, I'm not teaching, I'm preaching. Like this for a long time. And I said to him today, let your will be done in me. Use my mouth, because I got a big mouth. And very powerful ones. Is anybody constantly complaining and saying to you that you're like this and you're like that and you're like this and you're like that? Well, this is because it's what he gave me. A big mouth, good lungs, and he gave me a spirit to confront and to speak the word in season and out of season. Well, Maria, I think you're a little loud. Well, you know what? Let me tell you this, because I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to the enemy. Every day that we wake up, we are going to confront things that we don't even know what it is. This is why you need to live a life of peace, of harmony, of joy. Because that is how you live. This is how angels live in heaven. There is no killing in heaven. There is no sickness in heaven. Only joy and happiness and power and light. May your light shine forth today like never before. Now, do you really want to see that we don't own anything?
Amen.
Psalms 24. Verse 1. I'm not gonna. Whenever you got time, you can read the whole Psalms. And by the way, most of the Psalms that were written, Psalms is worship, is singing. There were most of them done by David, because David had a lot of weapons and a lot of things that he had to confront on his own. And really, he was not on his own. Elohim, Yahweh, was preparing him to be king when everything came against him. Because the higher the anointing you have, the higher your purpose, you are going to go through more things in life that you don't want to go, but it's because there's something that he's preparing you for, and it's something huge that he is preparing you for. Look at what it says in Psalms chapter 24. Ooh, not 50, 24. Verse 24. 24 verse 1. The earth is Yahweh's, and the fullness thereof, the world and they that dwell therein. So what do you own here?
Zero.
We don't know nothing. And then, you see married couples or couples that are dating, and you see the man that wants to, that says that, no, she belongs to me. No, she doesn't belong to you. She's there because she wants to be there. You're there with her because you want to be there. So what is it that you own? What is it that you own? What is it that you're worried about?
Yeah, that's right.
Give it to him. Because your worries and your frustrations and your anxiety and your stress level. Who told you that this belongs to you? Yeshua said, don't worry for nothing. Well, Maria, it's easier for you to say, let me tell you this. If you knew me and we sat down, I am going to see, and we'll talk about each other because everybody has a story. I'm going to see what kind of story you have, and I will come and I'll tell you mine. And you're going to say, no, I don't want what you had. But see, let me tell you this. What has helped me through the times of every adversity that I have come to is that I knew that He was with me. I have dealt with sickness and disease. I have dealt with death. I have dealt with divorce. I have dealt with people that criticize me. I have dealt with so many bad things. Confronting the world, going through the world of the jungle world, and confronting gorillas and elephants and tigers and lions and raccoons. I mean, you name it. You name it. And that's just to tell you a little bit about it. This is why I speak the way I speak. Because no weapon that has been formed against me has never prospered, because the one that has always been with me has been God. My mother left me. My father left me. My sister left me. When we divorced, my husband, he left me. Everybody has left me in one time or another. And yes, boo-hoo, 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 you become a victim, but then you get over yourself. Because when you're in an army and you have to go in the battlefield, yes, you will cry and you see the leg come off and this came off and the bomb and all this stuff. It is no time for you to boo-hoo. It is time for you to get strong. So you can survive, so you can overcome that. Yes or no?
Yep.
I'm telling you right now, we don't know how good we have it here in the United States of America. Mm-hmm. This is the best place in the world. We have freedom. Freedom of speech, freedom of religion. You can go to school. The best country in the world is the United States of America. No other country is better than the United States of America. And I'm very proud to be an American, a Cuban American, because I came when I was 9 years old. Very proud. Very proud that I can speak so I can help others. How much do you really want to come out of where you're at? How much? I am not just speaking. I am speaking because I have lived that kind of lifestyle. And look at where I'm at. Speaking in Facebook, speaking in YouTube, going to countries all over the world. Because somebody also needs to learn from my own experience. It's time to get up. It's time to get up. You need to stop crying and you need to stop being the victim. Boo-hoo, boo-hoo, boo-hoo. Let me tell you, if you got a headache, take a Tylenol. If you got a little scratch or you cut yourself, take some Band-Aid, put some stuff on it and keep on going. I'm serious about this. I'm telling you because I have done this. If you have a cold, a really nasty cold, take whatever you need to take, put some vapor up, and cover yourself, drink lots of chicken soup, lots of lemon and honey, and go on your way. This is not a time for you to cry. Because let me tell you, nobody is going to wipe your ears. Nobody's going to wipe your tears. People will give you the ones that really love you and really want to help you. They will take their hand and says, here's my hand, take it. I will help you. And there's very few people like that. And those are the ones that you have to treasure. Those are the kind of people you need to treasure. Because those kind of people are the ones that want your goodwill. Because Yahweh, He is the owner of the earth and everything in here. We are stewards and caretakers. We should be committed to the proper management of this world and his resources. But we are not to be devoted to anything created or act as a sole proprietor, because this world will pass away. My father left, he didn't take nothing with him. Constantly worry about money. And he lived okay. He lived really okay. He didn't even have his shoes when he was in the coffin. Not even his shoes.
Barefoot.
We can be sure that no evil weapon we experience, no enemy we face, no problems we endure, no weapon formed against us that can harm us, because we have the providence of Elohim, the blood of Messiah, the dwelling place of the Ruach HaKodesh, the seal, the intersection of the Messiah, where he says, Father, take care of them. The angels of Elohim, for his angels, he will give command over us. The truth will always prevail. Yahweh, God, Elohim, Dios. You want to call him Lord, whatever you want to call him. He will always prevail. He never loses a war. He is the champion of champions. He is the highest commander. He is the creator. And when you make him your number one source, I can tell you that your life will change and you will overcome any obstacle in your life. Because now you're in the presence of Elohim. The truth will always prevail. People gossip and will say things against you, to ruin your reputation, and do many other bad things against us. But the truth will be revealed, the error of his speech, and the reasons behind it will be exposed. Because the Most High says, vengeance is mine. I recompense to everyone, whoever does good or whoever does bad. It is a terrible thing to be in the hands of the living Elohim. He is not dead, he's alive. He is not an idol that is dead. He is not a man that should repent. We can try not to listen to these lies because we know it's not the truth, correct? We know our own motives, and we know that we are walking rightly before Elohim, and we have a clear conscience. We can be at peace knowing that Elohim will bring the truth to light and claim us. It says, you don't have to go there, but it says in the book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 9, the hypocrite with his mouth hurts his neighbor, but the righteous are delivered with wisdom. And what is wisdom? It's word. It's the word. Let there be divine peace in a world or home where there's chaos, in a world or home where there's war, misunderstanding, materialism, conflicts, anger, sexual immorality, hatred, jealousy, envy, murder, idolatry, witchcraft, drunkenness, wild parties, cheating, greed, stealing, lying, and adultery. Have I mentioned anything that you are close to, that you're confronting? Liars? How can you experience divine peace more fully? This is how. Isaiah 48, verse number 18. Why do I use the word? Because the Bible says that faith comes by hearing, and hearing the voice, and hearing the word of the Most High. In Isaiah 48, verse 18, it is written, all that thou hast hardened to my commandments, then Hath thy peace been as a river, and thy righteousness as a wave of the sea? What he's saying here is, oh, if only you will actually pay attention to my commandments, then your peace will become just like a river, and your righteousness like a wave on the sea. Because it says that man shall not live by bread alone, but every word that proceeds out of the mouth of Elohim.
Wow.
How are you living lately? With bread alone? Begin to live with his word in your mouth like never before. Because man shall not live by bread alone, but every word that proceeds out of the mouth of God. And the word shalom means that you are completely whole and there's nothing missing, nothing lacking. Yeshua said in the book of John chapter 14 verse 27, peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. I do not give it to you as the world gives you. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not let it be afraid. How does the word give you peace? The world cannot give you peace because the world is in torments. It's in chaos. In John 16:33, he says, these things I have spoken unto you, that in me you might have shalom. In the world you shall have tribulation. But be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. He who established peace, when you bring peace between man and his neighbor, between husband and wife, between two cities, two nations, two families, and two governments, no harm should come to you when you bring peace. The sages went to great length in their praises of peace. Peace was the ultimate purpose of the whole Torah. Torah means the word, the scriptures. All that is written in the Torah was written for the sake of peace. This is what's going to give you peace. How much do you seek it? And stop saying what happens. Oh, look at what's happening in the church. In the church I don't receive love. And in the church this and that. Let me ask you this. That's the church. But what about you? Because you are the church. Because the church is not the building. So really you're talking about yourself. Change the way you think. Change the way you're doing things. And this, I'm going to leave you with this. And I'm going to try to say it, to emphasize it the best I can. I am a soldier in the army of Elohim. My master, the master Yeshua HaMashiach, is my commanding officer. The Holy Scripture, the Torah, is my code of conduct. Faith, prayer, and the word Aleph Tav are my weapons of warfare. I have been taught by the Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Spirit, trained, experienced, tried by adversity, and tested by fire. I am a volunteer in this army. I am enlisted for eternity. I will not get out, sell out, be talked out, or pushed out. I am faithful, reliable, capable, and dependable. If my Creator, Yahweh, needs me, I am there. I am a soldier. I am not a baby. I do not need to be pampered, patted, primed up, pumped up, picked up, and pepped up. I am a soldier. Do you understand me? No one has to call me. No one has to remind me. No one has to write me. No one has to visit me. No one has to entice me or lure me. I am a soldier in the kingdom of heaven, here on earth. I am not a wimp. I am in place, saluting my king, obeying his orders, praising his name, and building his kingdom. Are you? No one has to send me flowers. No one has to give me gifts. No one has to give me food. No one has to give me cards or candy or give me handouts. I do not need to be cuddled, cradle, cared for, or catered for. I am committed. I cannot have my feelings hurt bad enough to turn me around. I cannot be discouraged enough to turn me aside. I cannot lose enough to cause me to quit. When Yeshua called me into this army, I had nothing. If I end up with nothing, I will still come out ahead. I will win. My Father has and will continue to supply all of my needs. I am more than a conqueror. I will always triumph. I can do all things through Messiah who strengthens me. The devil cannot defeat me. People cannot disillusion me. Weather cannot worry me. Sickness cannot stop me. Battles cannot beat me. Money cannot buy me. Governments cannot silence me. And hell cannot handle me. I am a soldier. Even death cannot destroy me. For when my commander calls me from his battlefield, he will promote me to captain and then allow me to rule with him. I am a soldier in the army. I am a marching, claiming victory. I will not give up. I will not turn around. I am a soldier marching heaven bound. Here I stand. Will you stand with me? One more thing that I want to take you. 2 Corinthians. Chapter 10, verse number 3. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war in the flesh. 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Elohim, to pulling down the strongholds, casting down imaginations of every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of Elohim, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Messiah, and having in readiness to revenge all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled. And this is the conclusion. Cover your heart and mind with the gospel of peace. Everything you do, follow peace. Find peace. And peace will be your friend, will be your helper, will help you in any situation. Why? Because the Prince of Peace is coming soon. From First Yahudin Messianic Temple, until next time. Shavua Tov.